Art is something which I've always loved. And for me, art are physical ornaments and art pieces. Hi, I'm Jojo Styrus. I kind of got spotted. I fell into modeling, and I figured it was a good way of, just filling in the blanks and pocket money. And then one thing led to another thing, and before you know it, I was acting and hosting. And there's so many kinds of art. Art could be, writing something. It could be putting a film together. Art is also poetry. And because I cannot sing, how I express art is I sing with my feet. I've been a rhythm tapper, tap dancer for many, many years since I was a kid, and I've collaborated with drummers and many different instruments. And basically, when you're a tap dancer, you are like a drummer, but with your feet. So it's been really wonderful. I think it's funky, and I could go on about it. I'm actually passionate about tap dancing. It's really fun. Well, okay, if you came to my house, you would notice that it's set up with a lot of earth colors, and I've got stones, like little rock gardens in the corner. The art on the walls, it's Buddha, and somehow it, in parts, may feel a bit spa-like, It's quite minimal. I don't have a very cluttered house, and I think the Buddhas just go really well on the wall. It's got a kind of a Zen feel. It's nice, and it's blending East with West, which is essentially, I relate to that because I'm partly East and West. I reckon I'd definitely be open to buying a Buddha in stone. I don't have that, not yet. Well, I'm at Kechara Paradise, and I'm actually looking for David Lai. He's an expert in Buddhist art, and I'm going to ask him a few questions so he can tell me about the history behind all these gorgeous items, because there's so many stories when it comes to this sort of art. Well, I'm kind of fascinated by these, what do you call this?
This is actually called a thangka, T-H-A-N-G-K-A. So it's a Tibetan art form, particularly for depicting Buddhas and enlightened beings that they worship in Tibet.
Can I ask you, this thangka, this looks like Buddha, and so does that, but it's sort of, the colors and elements are different. So what is the difference, between this Buddha and that one?
Actually, his name is Medicine Buddha. Yes, he's very popular. And usually, certain deities, certain Buddhas in Tibetan Buddhism are quite similar. So the colors and whatever they hold in their hands carries particular symbolism to, differentiate them. So for Medicine Buddha, he carries the begging bowl and a medicinal plant. And they're quite symbolic for Medicine Buddha. And his skin is dark blue, lapis lazuli.
I see. Oh, so you mean it's related to that stone? And he's always in blue.
The color, yeah. It's the coloring of his skin that represents healing. So for Medicine Buddha, many people like to put it in their homes because it's for them it's very calming to see a dark blue Buddha, and that's the psychological effect on people that I've noticed, and that's what Medicine Buddha is about: healing of not just physical sickness, it's also the mind.
Is it somewhat related to, the Hindu gods, because a lot of them are in blue as well?
That's a good question because Buddhism came from India. Yes. So there's a lot of cultural aspects of India that's in Buddhism, that's also Hinduism, but in Buddhism they carry more symbolism in relations to healing and enlightenment.
Can I ask you, David, what is the significance or meaning behind the, I've seen these paintings with 1,000 arms, like many, many arms. Like, do you have it in this?
Yes, we do actually. It's over there. Let me show you.
Oh, so is this the 1,000 arms? Is that what they call it?
Yes, 1,000 Kuan Yin for the Chinese, Avalokiteshvara in Sanskrit, the ancient Indian language, or Chenrezig in Tibetan.
So she's really depicted across many different beliefs, yeah?
Throughout the Buddhist world.
Right.
Kuan Yin is very
Kuan Yin
popular.
is like always been associated with compassion, so it's the same thing, right? It's compassion.
That's right, and that's why he has 1,000 arms.
Oh, I thought
because-
it's a she.
Okay, originally the Buddha of Compassion was a he, but in Chinese Buddhism they realized that compassion is most easily associated with a mother, so he became a she after a Chinese princess who was extremely compassionate. They considered her, this Chinese princess, an emanation of her. Okay, sorry.
And the Chinese princess was Kuan Yin.
Yes.
I see. That's really interesting. And why is it 1,000? Why is it 1,000 arms?
Symbolically, iconographically, the 1,000 hands represent the 1,000 Buddhas that is supposed to come. Our current historical Buddha is believed to be the fourth, so there'll be 996 more Buddhas. The 1,000 hands represent, each of them has an eye in the middle of the hand, and it symbolizes reaching out. The compassion of all the Buddhas, represented by Kuan Yin, reaches out to all the realms, all the places in this universe, and giving relief to people, to beings who are suffering, to beings who are unhappy, to beings who are dissatisfied with their existence. Singing bowl, people use it to, when they make the sound, it has very good purifying qualities, and people use it to purify the energy of a living space at homes. A lot of them buy them to make that sound, so they get a peace of mind from listening it, like in the living room or in their bedrooms. They like that very much. A lot of people do.
I have this at home, but I've forgotten what it's called.
It's called a Kechara. It's a musical instrument. That's right, that's what it does. So the sound is very calming, it's very conducive for contemplation, meditation. When there's breaks, they ding. Instead of shouting, there's a break.
I think my dogs, right, I think they become Tibetan because I stand there, right, and I go, all right, guys, listen to this. And then they do this. So I guess they're contemplating. It's a beautiful sound. And then there's symbols on this too, yeah?
Oh, it's a mantra. It's a Buddhist mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om, this is Om Mani Padme Hum.
And I couldn't work this out. What is the purpose of this?
This is a money wheel or prayer wheel. You just call it prayer wheel, it'll be easier. What people do is they spin it around clockwise because within this there's a scroll of prayers. So when you spin it, it's said to derive some sort of blessing and energy that you spread everywhere.
David, I really think this is very ornate. It's gorgeous. What is this?
This is a butter lamp.
Butter lamp?
Yeah.
Wow, they've even got like engravings on the side of it. It's beautiful. And what is it for exactly?
In Tibet, they don't have candles. So what happens is they fill this with melted butter or ghee, and there's a wick. That's why there's a hole in the middle. There's a pearl in it, but there's a wick, and it's lit and it's offered to the Buddhas. It's a light offering.
This would be like basically a candle holder.
Oh, that's right.
Because you just have melted butter, and then
A
when
wick.
it's not burning, it becomes all solid again, right?
That's right.
Oh, no wonder I'm attracted to it. I love candles. Do you find, David, that a lot of these items can actually complement a contemporary home?
Oh yes, definitely. Like this butter lamp, a lot of people like it for aesthetic reasons. Like nowadays, people like minimalist surroundings and home decor, right? So sometimes to break the minimalism, something ornate, something beautiful as a centerpiece, like a butter lamp,